Hello, dear students. Here we are going to start a new discussion on history of India from 1206 to 1757. This course pattern contains several issues in between the phases, in between the time, and mostly in our classroom discussions with the teachers were discussing a lot, but here today I am again discussing the common or probable questions for that course. Let's start with the first unit of this course, and this unit covers conceptualizing medieval Indian history, sources, Persian Tariq tradition, foreigners' accounts, vernacular literature, regional history writing, Bakhars, Buronjis, and Khyats. In the second unit, it begins with the foundation of Delhi Sultanate, the slave dynasty from Iltutmish, Sultana Razia, Balban, then Khilji dynasty, Alauddin Khilji, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. It covers Tughlaq dynasty, Firuz Shah Tughlaq, and then Soyods. And after that, this is a very important topic: theories of kingship, nobility, Khalifa, and ulemas. Then we find administration and policies under the Sultanate. Ikta system is very important. Ikta system is very important. I hope there will be a short note or an essay type question from this Ikta system. And then unit 3, Lodis, the Battle of Panipat. This is very important. First Battle of Panipat in between Babur and Ibrahim Lodi. Babur's victory and consequences. After this victory, Babur was establishing the Mughal dynasty in India. Then Rajput's origin and politics, Mewar, Marwar, and Amer. Sher Shah Suri, very important, very important. Sher Shah Suri, his administration, his revenue mechanism is very important. Then come to the next part, Vijayanagara, Bahmani Sultanate, Krishna Deva Rai, administration, Battle of Talikot. Again, Battle of Talikot Kota is very important. Muhammad Ghawani is also very important. Then after this integration of Vijayanagar and Bahmani kingdoms, there are several principalities that was emerging in that area, that were Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Berar, Golconda, and Bidar. And I request my dear student friends to go through these portions very cautiously, because I hope there will be a essay type question like what was the political condition of India after the downfall of Vijayanagara and Bahmani kingdom, and then you have to write about the role of these regional kingdoms after the disintegration of Vijayanagara and Bahmani kingdom. Then Gajapati of Orissa, Gujarat, and Malwar Sultanate, Jaunpur, Bengal, Kashmir Sultanate. Gajapati of Orissa is very important. Then come to the next unit, unit 4, Mughal emperors Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, or Aurangzeb. This is a very important part, and basically you have to go through the role of Akbar, role of Aurangzeb, and the role of Shah Jahan. You have to know about the role of these great sultans of Mughal reign. And then it's a very important Mughal Rajput relation, basically the matrimonial relation in between Mughal and Rajputs, and then nobility, Madad. Then the nobility, Mansabdars, Jagirdars, and administration. This is also very important. And now come to the fifth unit, Khalsa tradition and challenges to the Mughals. It is very important. Then Marathas under Shivaji, Peshwa administration. Administration is very important. Later Mughals, Bahadur Shah Zafar. And here in this unit, you have to discuss about the disintegration or the downfall of the Mughal dynasty, Mughal rule, and what were the causes behind that downfall. What were the causes behind the downfall of the Mughal dynasty, Mughal emperor? You have to know. And there will be a question coming from this portion also about Bengal and Hyderabad. Now we come to the discussion. Here, this is the first unit, and in this first unit, the conceptualizing medieval Indian history. This topic is prescribing, and in my previous discussions, I have mentioned several times about the conceptualizing medieval Indian history. What are the ways to know about the basic state formation strategies, and what is the periodization of medieval Indian history. All these are related with this chapter. So I request you people to see my previous video to understand it. And next we are discussing about the sources. What are the sources to decipher, to construct the periodization of medieval Indian history, its rulers, its administrative mechanism, and basically the social, economic, and religious pursuits of that time. To understand the sources of medieval Indian history, we have to deal with various epigraphic sources, numismatic sources, art, architecture, and literary sources. And here in this book, I have already mentioned about various epigraphic sources, literary sources, numismatic sources, and archaeological remains of Sultanate period. So here there will be some possible questions like what are the sources to decipher Sultanate period? Sultan Shahi যি সাম্ৰাজ্য সেই সাম্ৰাজ্যৰ সোৰ্চেছ সম্পৰ্কে লিখিবলৈ আহিব পাৰে আৰু আহিব পাৰে আৰ্কিটেকচাৰেল সোৰ্চেছ এণ্ড লিটাৰেৰী সোৰ্চেছ। লিটাৰেৰী সোৰ্চেছটো দুটা ভাগত ভাগ কৰা হৈছে, এটা হ'ল দেশীয় ইণ্ডিজিনাছ আৰু আনটো হ'ল দ্য একাউণ্ট অফ দ্য ফৰেন ট্ৰেভেলাৰ্ছ। And basically Persian Tariq tradition is one of the foremost literary sources of that period. And in this context, I am prescribing that portion that what is Tariq? What is the meaning of Tariq? Tariq টো হৈছে এটা আৰবী শব্দ যি তাৰিখ কালানুক্ৰম যুগ বা ইতিহাস লেখনক বুজায় এইটো তোমালোকে চাবা what is the meaning of তাৰিখ and there are different types of tarikhs and as per syllabus is concerned I am discussing this Tajul Masir by Hassam Nizami Minhajuddin Siraj's Tabakati Nasiri by Ms. Minhajuddin Siraj and these are different types of tarikhs. One of the foremost historian of that period was Amir Khusro and you have to know about the works of Amir Khusro and here in this part I am describing about several works of Amir Khusro. These are the works of Amir Khusro and you are requested to go through the books. Then one of the most important tarikh Ziauddin Barani's Tarikh-e Firuz Shahi and Fatwa-e Jihandari. Tarikh-e Firuz Shahi and Fatwa-e Jihandari. And here foreigners account is very important. Foreigners account is very important and in this regard I am prescribing this question Al-Biruni. What is the work of Al-Biruni? Tahqiq-e-Hind. Then come to Marco Polo and Marco Polo's book. This book, the book of Sir Marco Polo is very important. And Ibn Battuta's Kitab-e-Rihala or Rihala. This is very important. Rihala is very important. And I think these are very important questions that will come in your examination. Then come to vernacular literature. Regarding vernacular literature, you have to know about the Bir Gatha Kavyas. And in this Bir Gatha Kavyas, Sandbardai's Pithiraz Rasu is very important. Another one was Malik Muhammad Jaisi's Padmavat. These are very much important Bir Gatha Kavyas of medieval India. Then regional history writing. This is dealing with the regional works like Bakhars. From that portion, questions will become like what is the meaning of Bakhar and mention two names of Bakhars. One is Sabhashada Bakhara. Then another is 91 Kalami Bakhara. Then we come to the part of Buronji. What is the meaning of Buronji? This is the meaning of Buronji. Okay, so you must be very much specific about the meaning of Buronji. Bu mane hol puroni kotha, ron ba lons mane hol bornona. It hol Buronji. Anhate সকলোৱে কয় যে সূৰ্য কুমাৰ ভূঞাই বুৰঞ্জী মানে হ'ল মূৰ্খৰ শিক্ষাৰ ভঁৰাল বুলি কৈছে বু মানে হ'ল মূৰ্খ ৰণ মানে হ'ল শিক্ষা জি মানে হ'ল ভঁৰাল দেন মেনশ্যন টু বুৰঞ্জীজ লাইক দেওধাই অসম বুৰঞ্জীৰ পাছত দাঁতিয়লীয়া বুৰঞ্জী বুলিও বুৰঞ্জী আছে দেন সাতসৰী অসম বুৰঞ্জী যিকোনো দুখন 2 নম্বৰ কাৰণে আহিব পাৰে then we come to the role of Kyats. What is the meaning of Kyats? And mention two Kyats of contemporary period. Or short note will become on Kyat, Buronji or Bakhar. So be sure about these short notes and let's prepare about your first unit. So in second unit, we are discussing about the foundation of Delhi Sultanate from slave dynasty to Soyed dynasty. And here in this context, there would be a question like who is the founder of slave dynasty? That will come, supposed to become, okay? So who is the founder of slave dynasty? Who was the first woman ruler of Delhi Sultanate? Everyone knows Sultana Razia. And who is the founder of slave dynasty? Who? Kutubuddin Aibak. And here short note will become like Sultana Razia. Sultana Razia. Okay? Sultana Razia, it's very important topic. Short note will come. And when short note will come, then you have to write the administrative efficiency of Sultana Razia. Okay? After that, Balban is very important. Balban is very important. Balban is very important. And Balban and the nobility. Short note will become. And what is theory of kingship? What is theory of kingship? This is also a very common question from that chapter. What is theory of kingship? Okay. After that, Khilji. Khilji means Alauddin Khilji is very important. Alauddin Khilji's market policy is very important in this regard. So Alauddin Khiljiৰ market policyও আহিব পাৰে. তোমালোকে আলাউদ্দিন খিলজিৰ যিখিনি সংস্কাৰ সেই সংস্কাৰখিনি চাবা, তাৰ ভিতৰত মাৰ্কেট পলিচিটো ভালদৰে চাবা. Or who found or established the Khilji dynasty সেইটো আহিব পাৰে. Okay? So আলাউদ্দিন খিলজিৰ যিখিনি এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেটিভ ৰিফৰ্ম সেইখিনি কিন্তু তোমালোকে চাবাই, সেইখিনি আহিবই. Khilji's মনিটাৰী ৰিফৰ্মেশ্যনটো আহিব পাৰে. তুগলক ৰুলত মহম্মদ বিন তুগলকৰ কথা ভালকৈ চাবা. মহম্মদ বিন তুগলক আহিব. Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Then Firoz Shah Tughlaq is also important. This portion is very important. Theories of kingship, nobility, Khalifa and ulemas. A part 2 pra, what is theory of kingship? Rajatantra Tattva. What is theory of kingship? Eto ahibo pare. What is theory of kingship? And how far the Delhi sultans were maintaining the theories of kingship properly and able to establish a sound administration in that period. Eto ahibo pare. Balbanor jitu theory of kingship, Balban's theory of kingship is very important. So kindly you go through these new procedures that was prevailing during the rule of Balbana. Sizda Paibos. এই দুটা তোমালোকে ভালকৈ চাবা। Then nobility. What is the role of nobility? You just go through this part. Different sections of nobility like Soyats. Role of Khalifa is also important here. Okay, the role of ulema. Okay, so what is the position of ulemas during the slave dynasty, during Tughlaq dynasty, during Khilji dynasty? All these portions are mentioning in our book. And now we come to the next phrase: administration and policies under Sultanate Ikta system. I have already mentioned that administration and policies under Sultanate is very important, and Ikta, and there will be a short note from Ikta. So what is the administration procedure during the Sultanate? You have to know. Okay, the role of Bazir, Divani Risalat, Divan-e Araz, Divani Insa, all these are very important. So this is Ikta system. What is the meaning of Ikta? What is the division of land during Sultanate period? সেই ডিভিজনকেইটা তোমালোকে ইয়াত চাই যাবা। ইকতা, খালিচা, ৱাকাফ। ইকতা, খালিচা এণ্ড ৱাকাফ। ইকতা মানে হ'ল ৰাজ কৰ্মচাৰীক বেতনৰ পৰিৱৰ্তে দিয়া ভূমি। দ্য লেণ্ড ডনেটেড টু দ্য royal employees in lieu of regular salary. Then Khalisa, and there was a direct control over Khalisa land by the king. And Waqaf. And Waqaf is a land donated for religious pursuit. And this is the types of land during the rule of the Sultanate. And what is Ikta system? So I am here mentioning about the different phases of Ikta system. So you must be careful to know all about that, because after completing your graduation, if you are deciding to go to university or higher study or civil service examinations, then you have to know all about that. And, here in my book, I am systematically analyzing the dictatorial system during slave dynasty, during Khilji dynasty, and during Tughlaq dynasty. So you have to know all about that. So this is all about on unit number first and unit number second. So I hope it will somehow relax your mind and let's ready for your examination. Thank you, dear students, and I hope I will upload the next discussions for the remaining units.